at the nightclub actually that my next like the person that really kind of influenced in my next training was that I met, and that was Trevor Ambrose, because Trevor Ambrose was working at the same club that we were working, and so I hook up with Trevor one day, and he's going, "Oh, you know, we should get together and we should spar and we should train." I was like, "Cool, you know, like, you know, I'm up for it. You know, that's all we do anyway. We're into our training." The thing with is like Trevor's like a professional boxer at the time, and he was like a world champion kickboxer. And I came from a background was like we had good sport fighting, but we did a lot of pad work, and it was conditioning for our say combative side of it. Because at heart I was really Kali JKD. That was kind of my focus. So we were more in the kind of combative side than the sport side, sport fighting side. And then Trevor was the big influence on that, because I kind of turned up, and we'd sneak into Bournemouth University, where he always trained with a few people who, you know, came in and came out. But yeah, I was there. It was just me and him. And we kind of warmed up, and then he goes, "Spar, Phil." And I was like, yeah, okay. So I ready in gum shield and gloves, and then I got a lesson, and then he gave me a lesson, and I mean he bashed me, and I don't remember getting anything on him. I've struggled to hit him as well. There was such a level which I hadn't really. I mean, when I went to America, the level was really high, but when I came back home, I was kind of comfortable with everybody and not being big-headed. I seemed to be better than most of the people around, especially my area. And then I met Trevor, and Trevor in his game, and his boxing game, was just, you know, up there. And so, like, I was thinking, right, I've got a training partner now. So immediately I hooked up with Trevor, and I would back then Trevor's a bit of a stud, and so at the club it'd be like I'd be going seeing who he'd be going home with, and I'd go around and pick him up the next day, and we'd go training, and then that kind of carried on. So I had that for me, you know, during the day for like 4 or 5 years, which led into me. That's when I started to look at fighting competitively in the sports side as well, because he was the one that kind of brought that out for me. And we became so close and such good friends that, like, when I used to fight, he used to corner me, and then when he fought, I was cornering him. I mean, we were pretty close back then at those sort of times, and it was again, it was just a good time in my life. And he was the one that was always encouraging me, and I have to say, he's the one that inspired me for Ghost in a big way, because his style was really, really elusive. If you think about the Muhammad Ali and your Prince Nazim, there was a style in which he was really, really elusive and really disjointed, but, you know, if you ask him what he was doing, I mean, he couldn't teach you it. He could teach you ring craft, because his ring craft was excellent. He had a very good ring craft where he would just be kind of moving around, you couldn't kind of get hold of him. And he had this kind of ethos, just saying, you know, why do you keep running away? He goes, what I do feel is I make them chase me, and then when they chase me, I make them regret that they caught me. And that was kind of like a lot of way he kind of fought. He'd make people just kind of open up and go into a false sense of security. They'd go thinking, "Oh, I've got him," and then he used to bash people, you know, proper. I mean, again, he was just on another level. And for me as well, personally, I really noticed how my levels went up. And then when I went to start going with other people, and even when I started competing, it just seemed really easy, you know. It was down to Trevor's expertise that helped me in that side of it. And again, the inspiration for Ghost, that was all Trevor. Trevor was the guy that inspired me, and to try and create a system of that disjointed, unorthodox movement, so that we could teach it to anybody.